If you just got your first gaming PC for Christmas, or maybe you just built your first gaming PC in general, before you play any games, go along through this video with me to make sure that you don't miss anything you need to get the most performance out of your system and actually enjoy your gaming PC. Now we're actually gonna start pretty simple that most of you probably already know, but in case you don't, you are gonna plug the power cord up into this spot right here. Then you also wanna make sure that the power switch is flipped to on. 0 means off. This is a 1, that means on. So make sure it's on 1, and of course that your power cord is plugged in. Next, you have your HDMI or your DisplayPort cable. I definitely recommend a DisplayPort cable if you have one. I'm using HDMI today because I'm screen recording some of the stuff we're gonna talk about later. But the biggest thing is, do not plug the cord up into the motherboard, so avoid this spot. You wanna make sure that you plug it in down here into the graphics card. Now that may have been super simple, but a lot of people mess that up. Now we can turn on the PC and hop on over to the desktop to show you all the stuff we need to set up. All right, so now we're booted up into the computer and we're gonna do our best to show you everything you need to do before you start gaming. Now, depending on if you built it yourself or you bought a pre-built, you may have a lot more stuff on the desktop here. So the first thing we want to do is go down to the Windows search bar and check for updates. And you're gonna probably, depending on when your PC was bought, when it was put in a box, when it was put into storage, you're gonna have something probably that needs to install here. So you want to download all these updates and let them install. Most of the time, this is going to get all your driver updates, Wi-Fi, antivirus software, that kind of stuff. All of that should be updated in Windows, and some games just will not run smooth if you don't have the latest Windows updates. Now with Windows 11, there's been some stuff that's been hurting gaming performance, but it's not enough to not update Windows, so just keep it updated. Those people will work on finding fixes later on. That's just my opinion. Okay, so once you've updated everything in Windows, the next thing I like to do is go to uninstall or add or remove programs. Because by default, even if you're installing Windows on a computer you just built or you just bought a pre-built, there's gonna be a lot of stuff on here that you don't really need. Like Microsoft OneDrive is one of them. Absolutely cannot stand that thing. It gives you a ton of notifications and it's useless. Definitely want to uninstall that. I mean, you can do some other stuff, like if you want to uninstall Solitaire or the Microsoft Office stuff, you can do that. It doesn't really do anything, but you can uninstall that. Also uninstall Skype because there's no reason for that to be on there. Sometimes Spotify's on here. If you have a pre-built, you may have even more. Uninstall anything that doesn't look important, okay? Most of this stuff is fine, you can keep it, but there may be some other apps on there. A big one are the antivirus software apps like McAfee, Norton Security. You don't need those. Uninstall those. Don't sign up for their subscription plans. It's just a money grab. It's a cash grab. You don't need it. Windows Defender is perfectly fine. So just ignore all of those and uninstall them so that way your computer will run better. After you've uninstalled everything that you need, I like to go over here to the Task Manager. So right click on the taskbar, go to Task Manager. You may have to go to more details. Go to the Startup app. Now, you may not have a lot of startup apps here. Depending on if you just built your computer or not, you may not have a ton of startup apps, but you want to disable anything that might cause you issues. Like it's just going to slow down your computer when you're booting up. So once you download games and stuff, some of the game launchers will be here. Just disable that stuff. It's just a lot easier if you do that because it's very, very annoying, and you can see it has a startup impact over here, whether that's high or whatever. You may have to do that again after you download your games, but we'll get to that in a minute. The next thing I like to do is go to your power and sleep settings. Again, this will also be different if you have Windows 10 or Windows 11. And I like to, click never on these. I don't like for my PC to go to sleep or anything like that. So, it's totally up to you. You can change that if you want to. But additional power settings is a big one. And down here, show additional power plans. We want to put that on high performance. Now, depending on, what kind of PC you have, like if we go over, this is my main PC here that I'm rocking for right now, and we can actually switch this over so that you can see it. This is my TikTok videos. I've been working on editing. So if we go to the power and sleep settings on our main PC, you see this is Windows 11, looks a little bit different, but if we change edit power plan, that's what I want. Edit the power plan. Here you can do change advanced power settings, or we can do power options, and power options, again, I have an ultimate performance option here. So that's also something you could look into if you, depending on what kind of PC you have. Now it's time to install the drivers that Windows updates don't always cover. And so we're gonna start with our motherboard software. If you don't know what kind of motherboard you have, you can go down to the search bar and type in system information. I mean, it'll pop up pretty quick. In here, you can look at your motherboard. So like your baseboard is what it's called here, baseboard manufacturer. We have an ASRock motherboard, Z690M. We can get the specific motherboard software for that motherboard if we want to search it up. Now, ASRock doesn't really have motherboard software. It has a motherboard utility, so like all-in-one designed, it's just like, but if you notice this notification that's been in the bottom of my screen most of this time, ASRock has an auto driver installer that is very useful, but not all motherboard manufacturers do that, so you have to go to the actual manufacturer's website in order to install that. So like for instance, if we had like, let's say like a Asus motherboard drivers or motherboard app. Armory Crate is the first one that pops up. You know, that's the one we would want to download and follow all the on-screen instructions because Armory Crate downloads drivers for Asus. You just want to make sure you only download drivers here. Like these are the drivers that it recommends for us to install. Some of the softwares do ask you to do like extra stuff, such as like some of them try to sneak in Norton security or different apps that you don't really need. So make sure you only download drivers if you're doing this. Once you've downloaded everything for the motherboard software, the next thing we want to do is our graphics card. Now, again, if it's a pre-built and you don't know what graphics cards you got, you can go to the task manager, go to performance, and you should have a GPU driver of some, or GPU that you can see. So like here, I have a CPU that is a KF processor. It's possible you could have two graphics cards here. It should have a GPU 0 and a GPU 1, which like you see here on my main PC, I have a GPU 0 and a GPU 1, but the GPU 0 is my built-in Intel graphics, and then my main graphics card is the NVIDIA 4080 Super. So it's probably gonna be the bottom one. That's the one you wanna look for, but most of the time it's gonna have some kind of number there with it. And like the graphics card that we have in the PC that we've been using for our example PC here, it has an Intel Arc graphics and there's a number there. So that's a main graphics card, not integrated graphics with our Intel CPU. So we want to go to the search bar, and if you had NVIDIA, you would do like NVIDIA app or AMD Adrenalin. But for us, we're going to be asking to install the Intel graphics. I don't even know what their app's called because I've never used an Intel graphics card. That's what we're working on this for, so that we can do that in a future video on our channel. So make sure you like and subscribe for that. Intel graphics drivers. Let's just see what that pulls up. Yeah, download Intel drivers and software. So we want to look for graphics, Intel Arc graphics. Once you got it downloaded, it'll give you a bunch of like on-screen directions where you have to like accept a bunch of terms of service and things like that. And you just go through that process and accept all of that stuff, and it'll eventually install your driver for you, maybe. Also, don't freak out during this time. Your screen will kind of go black and then come back up and go black and then come back up. It could happen multiple times. It could only happen one time. It may stay black for like, you know, a couple of minutes. So don't freak out. Don't turn your computer off. Just let it do its thing and you'll be okay. And you can see sometimes they give you a notification about that and sometimes they don't. All right, so that took way longer than I really expected it to, but the Intel graphics are finally installed and we only have a few more things that we need to do before we can download games. The next thing you wanna do is go to your display settings and you wanna go to advanced display options. Again, the location of this might be slightly different depending on if you're Windows 10 or Windows 11, but here, obviously, if you want to play at 4K, you could do that. This is a 4K capture card because I'm recording my screen here. But the refresh rate, we want to pick the highest one possible. So like if I change my settings because of this capture card the way that it is, so let's change it to 1080p, all right? So if we do advanced display settings at 1080p, you see I can pick 240 hertz for my refresh rate because this, again, this is a capture card. And my main monitor has the same thing, 240 hertz. You want to make sure you do that. Otherwise, it's going to feel like you're just playing on Xbox and you're going to feel like you wasted your money. So that's super duper important. And the last thing that you need to do is just download whatever games you want to download. So whether you download Epic Games for Fortnite, Steam, Riot Games, Battle.net for Call of Duty, whatever you want to do, download those and you should be ready to game. Now there's some more nuanced things that you can do if you want to get a little bit more performance out of your gaming PC. So if you want to be careful about those, then go watch this video.